10 fun facts about Tralalero Tralala. Number 10. The beachcomber shark. Tralalero Tralala is no ordinary shark. He is the ultimate beachcomber shark. Picture this. You're sunbathing on the sand and you see a smiling shark stroll by on two back fins as if he were just another tourist. That's right, Tralalero loves to walk along the shore, cool as you please, in his Nike sneakers, leaving the strangest footprints in the sand. In the chaotic world of Brainrot, no one is surprised to see his dorsal fin poking out between the beach umbrellas as if it were the most normal thing in the world. But what's a shark doing out of the water? Tralalero discovered that life on land has its charms. He adores feeling the warm sand under his feet and collecting shiny objects left behind by humans, like lost sunglasses or punctured floaties. His morning routine includes a beach jog at dawn and a good dose of sunbathing, not water of course. This walking shark has adopted the beach as his home, becoming part of the Brainrot coastal scenery in the most ridiculously endearing way possible. Number 9. 3 powerful legs. One of the first things you'll notice when you see him is that Tralalero Tralala has 3 legs. Yes, you heard that right. This mutant shark walks on 2 legs, plus an extra one. Instead of front fins, he developed a third limb that makes him look like a living tripod. Far from getting in his way, this third leg gives him astonishing balance on the sand and a very peculiar gait, somewhere between clumsy and swift. Many onlookers approach, thinking it's a costume, but no, that third leg is part of the Brainrot package that makes Tralalero unique. Thanks to his 3 legs, Tralalero never loses his balance, not even when running at full speed, which is very useful in quicksand or for dodging sandcastles. In fact, it's rumored that he can kick in 3 directions at once, perfect for scaring away meddlesome seagulls in a single move. This anatomical anomaly came out of nowhere. That's how unpredictable the Brainrot universe is, and Tralalero wears it with pride. His 3 powerful legs make him a walking marvel, capable of outmatching anyone in both stability and absurd style. Number 8. Magical Nike sneakers. Of course, we can't ignore his iconic Nike sneakers. Tralalero Tralala is never without his athletic shoes, which are not only a bright, eye-catching blue, but also seem to possess magical properties. Legend has it that these sneakers washed ashore after an electrical storm, and upon putting them on, our shark felt a special power course through his fins. Since then, Tralalero's Nikes never wear out, no matter how much he runs on the sand. Not even sharp seashells can scratch their enchanted soles. Some Brainrot inhabitants swear they've seen the sneakers move on their own while Tralalero takes a nap, as if they had a life of their own. Others say Tralalero's Nikes are blessed by some beach god of speed, granting him infinite energy. What's certain is that he cleans and cares for his shoes with devotion. Every night, he polishes them with seaweed and decorates them with shiny shells he collects on his walks. These magical sneakers have become an inseparable part of his identity. Without them, Tralalero Tralala might just be a weird shark, but with them, he's an athletic superstar of the beach. Number 7. Supersonic speed. Tralalero Tralala doesn't just walk, he runs at supersonic speeds along the coast. His 3 legs and his enchanted Nikes make him the fastest being in the entire Brainrot universe. When he accelerates, you'd better get out of the way. Witnesses claim he leaves a trail of flying sand and spinning shells in the air. They say he can catch up to tourist vehicles on the boardwalk and even outpace jet skis while he's running on the shore. His speed is such that more than one clueless person has only seen a blur go by and heard a distant "Tralala" before realizing the swift shark is already miles away. In the absurd competitions very popular in Brainrot, Tralalero always takes first place. He holds the record for the 100-meter splash, where he ran from one end of the beach to the other before a single drop of water could touch his feet. Some jokers say that if he runs too fast, he could split the waves in 2 or create mini sand tornadoes in his wake. Exaggerations aside, seeing him in action is impressive. It's as if the Flash had been born a shark and became obsessed with beach jogging. Tralalero Tralala's supersonic speed makes him invincible on the sand, leaving all other competitors, human or Brainrot creature, eating his dust, or rather his sand. Number 6. Stratospheric leaps. Not only does he run fast, he also jumps high, incredibly high. Tralalero Tralala possesses a jumping ability that defies gravity and logic. Thanks to the combined strength of his 3 legs and a good boost from his tail, he can make stratospheric leaps that launch him over palm trees and coconut stands. More than once, beachgoers have seen him fly momentarily against the setting sun, thinking he was some exotic bird, until he lands on his feet with perfect smoothness, leaving 3 deep prints in the sand. If a beach ball gets stuck on a roof or a kite gets tangled in a tree, Tralalero appears out of nowhere, takes a monumental leap, and rescues it all mid-air. It is said that he once tried to reach the moon in a single jump, just because someone jokingly told him he looked like he could. The result? For a second, he almost made it. He soared so high that the seagulls below were left wondering what kind of shooting star he was. His unimaginable jumps have also helped him perform spectacular acrobatics. He loves to leap over breaking waves, striking a surfer pose in the air, only to land on the sand with Olympic style. Every jump by Tralalero Tralala is a show in itself, and another reminder that in the Brainrot world, the laws of physics are meant to be broken, with plenty of grace and madness. Number 5. The Tralalero Song. Where does the name Tralalero Tralala come from? Well, from his peculiar little song. This shark has a habit of humming and singing a nonsensical melody as he walks or runs. Tralalero Tralala, Tralalero Tralala, over and over. It's his personal soundtrack. He doesn't need a radio when he provides the music himself. His voice has a deep and festive timbre, something like an underwater troubadour with a touch of beach rap. The curious thing is that, although the lyrics don't mean anything in particular, they are terribly catchy. In the Brainrot universe, many inhabitants have caught themselves humming Tralalero Tralala all day without realizing it, infected by the walking shark's anthem. When Tralalero sings his song, the entire beach gets into the groove. Seagulls nod to the rhythm, crabs drum with their claws, and even the palm trees seem to sway and sync. They say his song has a mysterious effect. It cheers up anyone who hears it, no matter how bad their day is. It might be because it's impossible to take anything seriously while listening to Tralala repeated with such enthusiasm. That's how our protagonist got his name. The first people who spotted him didn't know what to call him, so they simply named him after the little tune he hummed. The Tralalero song of Tralalero Tralala is now part of Brainrot folklore, an absurd, cheerful, and utterly unforgettable tune. Number 4. A shark afraid of water. As hard as it is to believe, Tralalero Tralala is terrified of water. Yes, a shark who prefers dry sand to diving into the sea. What a paradox. No one in Brainrot knows exactly how he developed this phobia, but the theories are wildly imaginative. Some say that as a pup, a mischievous wave tumbled him so hard that he was left with aquatic trauma. Others joke that he's afraid of water because it might get his precious Nikes wet and ruin his style. The truth is, Tralalero avoids going into the ocean at all costs. When the tide comes in, you'll see him back away with a look of fear, drawing a line in the sand that the waves dare not cross, almost as if he's challenging the sea. This ironic phobia has led him to find clever ways to live a marine life, but on land. For example, instead of swimming to catch fish, he prefers to order takeout sushi from the beach kiosk, where they already know him and always have his order ready. If it rains, he runs to take shelter under awnings, or even covers himself with a huge umbrella decorated with little sharks. Seeing a shark flee from a splash is one of the most comical scenes in the Brainrot world, and Tralalero Tralala stars in it daily. Of course, his love for the beach remains intact. As long as the sea stays in its place and he stays in his, everything is under control. Who would have thought the king of the shore would be a hydrophobic shark? Number 3. Unexpected hero. Amidst all his crazy behavior, Tralalero Tralala has proven that he can also be a hero, even if by accident. There was an unforgettable day at Brainrot Beach. The evil Bombardier crocodile, a flying crocodile with the body of a bomber plane, appeared in the sky, ready to sow chaos by dropping water bombs everywhere. Tourists ran in fear, and the other Brainrot creatures hid, but not Tralalero. Our beachcomber shark, upon seeing the watery explosions, first wanted to flee. water, the horror. But hearing the screams, he decided to act. Mustering his courage, he began to run in circles at supersonic speed around the crocodile, kicking up a sandstorm so large that it blinded Bombardier and diverted his bombs away from the people. In the confusion, Tralalero took a colossal leap and, with a well-aimed kick, sent Bombardier Crocodile flying back where he came from, defeating him at his own game. The witnesses couldn't believe that the wacky shark in Nike sneakers had just saved the day. Since then, Tralalero Tralala has been celebrated as the unexpected hero of the coast. They offered him medals made of seashells and even a seaweed crown, which he politely declined, modest as he is. He never really sought to be a hero. In fact, after the incident, he fainted dramatically upon realizing he had gotten a little wet. But whether he likes it or not, everyone in the Brainrot universe knows that beneath that living meme exterior beats the heart of a brave and somewhat clueless champion. Number 2. Tralalero's Big Secret. Few people know this, but Tralalero Tralala hides a surprising past. Before dedicating himself to the beach life, he came from the deep ocean and from royalty. That's right, our shark in sneakers turned out to be an exiled prince from the shark kingdom under the sea. According to old sea creatures, Tralalero was the heir to the throne in Brainrot Atlantis, an underwater kingdom just as zany as the surface. However, his ideas were too modern for the court. He preferred dancing on the waves to leading territorial wars, and instead of a royal trident, he wanted to wear a pair of athletic sneakers. Scandalized, the royal shark family gave him an ultimatum. Either he behaved like a traditional shark, or he would lose his right to the throne. Can you guess what he chose? Tralalero Tralala renounced the crown without a second thought, put on his Nikes, which he found during his escape as if by fate, and emerged to the surface to live freely on the beach. This noble origin explains his innate charisma and his sense of justice, although he never boasts about it. In fact, he keeps his lineage a secret, so that no one treats him differently. Only on very quiet nights, when the moon reflects on the waves, is he sometimes seen looking pensively at the sea, perhaps remembering his home under the water or some pending duty. But as soon as someone challenges him to a race along the coast, his nostalgia vanishes. Tralalero's Big Secret reveals that even in such an absurd world, heroes can have royal blood in their veins and still prefer a good pair of sneakers to a crown. Number 1. The Pioneer of Brainrot. Beyond all his achievements and oddities, Tralalero Tralala is known as the pioneer of the Brainrot universe. Legends say he was the first viral and chaotically absurd being to appear in this world. When Tralalero took his first steps on the sand in his blue sneakers, something in reality changed forever. It was as if he ignited the spark of creative madness. From him, the other extravagant characters that now populate Brainrot began to emerge one after another, from flying crocodiles to cacti with elephant trunks. Many believe that Tralalero's very existence opened an imaginary portal, through which all the bizarre fauna that followed slipped through. In other words, if the Brainrot universe were a contagion of crazy ideas, Tralalero Tralala would be patient zero. That is why, within the chaos, Tralalero is almost a mythical figure. Everyone in Brainrot recognizes him, whether by his unmistakable tralala song or by the cloud of sand he kicks up when he runs. He is the icon that started the Brainrot fever, the youthful grandfather of this surreal trend. There are even beach murals in his honor, painted in bright colors, where he is depicted running alongside a slogan that reads, "Here, the madness began." And for good reason. Thanks to Tralalero Tralala, the world learned that the absurd can also be epic. This shark with shoes inspired a whole cast of impossible creatures and reminded us that imagination has neither limits nor logic.